Hey there everybody, I'm Seashow and welcome to Let's Play Mass Effect 3. Now I know most of you have probably already played this game, beaten it, maybe not, maybe you're just watching because you want to know how the story goes without actually playing it, but that's all your choice. So we're just going to go ahead and start a new game here. I do have a character that followed through from Mass Effects 1 and 2, which affects a lot of choices in the game essentially, but I don't have a cloud save of the Mass Effect 2 character, so we can just use one that we have beaten Mass Effect 3 with, and this guy right here is from Mass Effect 1 and 2. So that'll help us out a lot there. For the most part, I am going to remain silent through most of the cutscenes, at least whenever they're speaking or there's anything important going on. I'll probably be talking in between. We're just going to take our imported face here, and I think we'll go ahead and take armor-piercing ammo right here. Or are there more choices? Nope. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go with armor-piercing. Alright.
How bad is it?
Bad. We just lost contact with two of our deep space outposts. There's something massive on long-range scanners.
Is this what Shepard warned us about?
I'd stake my life on it.
How long do we have?
Not long. I sent word. The fleet's immobilizing.
God help us all.
So for those of you that have not played Mass Effects 1 and 2, a little bit of backstory to go with it is that you are playing as one character through these first three Mass Effects here, known as Shepard, first name depending on you. Essentially, in the first game, you find a relic left by an ancient race, and that race was destroyed by some sentient machines known as the Reapers that are ancient. And I'll give you just a little bit more backstory after this cutscene ends.
Commander,
You're not supposed to call me that anymore, James.
not supposed to salute you either. We gotta go. The Defense Committee wants to see you.
Sounds important. What's going on?
Couldn't say. Just told me they needed you. Now.
Anderson?
Admiral?
You look good, Shepard. Maybe a little soft around the edges. How you holding up since being relieved from duty?
It's not so bad once you get used to the hot food and soft beds.
We'll get it sorted out.
What's going on? Why is everyone in such a hurry?
Admiral Hackett's mobilizing the fleets. I'm guessing word's made it to Alliance Command. Something big's headed our way.
The Reapers?
We don't know, not for certain.
What else could it be?
If I knew that.
Alright, so this particular character is a paragon. Essentially, you have good and evil choices in these games. They're not necessarily good or evil because your character is essentially good no matter what. But how you go about being good is a little bit different. Now, in general, a lot of these decisions like this don't really matter. They're just choices of your dialogue based on your decisions, honestly. But in general, the top decision is mostly going to be a more polite decision, and the bottom decision is usually a more brash and roguish answer. So this here is a Paragon character. He was carried on like that through all the other games, so we're just going to continue on like that with this one. Which is just a little bit unfortunate to me, because personally I do enjoy playing the Renegade. I did have a Renegade character, I just never actually finished Mass Effect 3 with him. And so I don't have a save for him, unfortunately. Alright, so I'm just going to carry on with this for now.
You know we're not ready if it is then. Not by a long shot.
Tell that to the Defense Committee.
Unless we're planning to talk the Reapers to death. The committee is a waste of time.
They're just scared. None of them have seen what you've seen. You faced down a Reaper. Hell, you spoke to one, then blew the damn thing up. You've seen how they harvest us, what they plan to do to us. You know more about this enemy than anyone.
That why they grounded me? Took away my ship?
You know that's not true. The shit you've done, any other soldier would have been tried, court-martialed, and discharged. It's your knowledge of the Reapers that kept that from happening.
That and your good word?
Yeah, I trust you, Shepard. And so does the committee.
I'm just a soldier, Anderson. I'm no politician.
I don't need you to be either. I just need you to do whatever the hell it takes to help us stop the Reapers.
They're expecting you to, Admiral.
Good luck in there, Shepard.
Anderson? Shepard.
Ashley.
Lieutenant Commander, how'd it go in there?
I can never tell with them. I'm just waiting for orders now.
Lieutenant Commander.
You hadn't heard.
No, I hadn't.
Sorry, Shepard. It's been... well...
Now this person that I'm talking to here, her name is Ashley. There is actually another character based off of a decision that you made in the very first game. The other character being male, his name was Caden. Now, the decision you had to make in the first game was which one of them to leave behind. And, well, I think it's obvious which one got left behind there. But essentially, she is the one that is left, and it leaves a little bit of tense feelings between them. Not necessarily feelings, but there's just a lot of emotion going on there, especially after the second game. A little bit more backstory we'll go into later on that. I'll explain a little bit more about Mass Effects 1 and 2 and how they affected all of this.
That's okay. Just glad I bumped into you, Ash.
Me too.
Admiral.
Come on.
You know the commander?
I used to.
Admiral Anderson. Shepard.
What's the situation?
We were hoping you would tell us.
The reports coming in are unlike anything we've seen. Whole colonies have gone dark. We've lost contact with everything beyond the Soul Relay.
Whatever this is, it's incomprehensibly powerful.
You brought me here to confirm what you already know. The Reapers are here.
Then, how do we stop them?
Stop them. This isn't about strategy or tactics. This is about survival. The Reapers are more advanced than we are. More powerful, more intelligent. They don't fear us. And they'll never take pity on us.
But there must be some way.
If we're gonna have any chance at surviving this, we have to stand together.
That's it? That's our plan?
Admiral, we've lost contact with Luna Base.
The moon? It couldn't be that close already.
How'd they get past our defenses?
Sir, UK headquarters has a visual.
Why haven't we heard from Admiral Hackett?
What do we do?
The only thing we can. We fight, or we die.
We should get to the Normandy.
Oh my god.
Move! Go, go, go!
Shepard! 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 Come on, get up. Here, take this. We've got to get moving. This is Admiral Anderson. Report in, anyone. Lieutenant Commander Williams, is that you? What's your status? I can't raise the Normandy. You'll have to contact them. We'll meet you at the landing zone. Anderson out. They're massive.
Alright, here we go.
Ashley's headed to the Normandy.
This is more or less a tutorial section of the game. There's not really any way to skip it or anything like that, but
How do you stop them?
no worries there. Doesn't take too long to complete, honestly.
Take a running jump. It's farther than it looks.
Should be pretty quick here. Now let's just see real quick. Go ahead and load those. And it looks like... I'm not sure if it makes the game more difficult or not, but it looks like it gives you your full level that you were at the end of the game. I haven't actually tried starting a new game with a Mass Effect 3 character. Let's see here. Just real quickly upgrade everything. I typically use a lot of biotic detonations, so we're going to go ahead and go with that. And recharge speed. I love being able to use my biotic abilities very quickly. I'm probably not going to worry about upgrading the armor piercing ammo. I think having more shields and health are a big thing. I don't know for sure how many more levels there are in the game. I never actually hit max levels, so I don't know how easy it is going to be to max out skills. Definitely not worried about melee at all. I'm going to focus mostly on shields. It looks like we are going to be a little bit short. One level up will give us our last rank though, I believe. Alright. As I was saying, a little bit more backstory on Mass Effect 1 and 2. In the first game, after finding the relic, Shepard is imbued with a lot of knowledge of the Reapers that he doesn't understand and how the Protheans died, Protheans being the ancient race who left behind relics. Essentially, the Reapers have wiped out life in the galaxy multiple times before, the Protheans being the last ones that were wiped out. Just getting used to my biotics again. I don't have any of those on the right bar, I don't want that up there. There we go, that'll make things a little bit easier for me. Alright, I play a lot of multiplayer on here too before, so I typically don't worry about using the shift button to pause the game quite as much unless I'm trying to command the whole squad at once.
Have to take these things out the old-fashioned way. Don't let
The throw ability particularly doesn't normally throw 2 out like that, but I have it upgraded to the point where it does. It's mostly so that I can cause larger biotic detonations. Biotic detonations are caused by using an ability such as the Singularity or Warp, which creates a little field around the enemy, and then if you use something like Throw, then it essentially creates a detonation that does a really hefty amount of damage.
Gotta find a way out of here.
Alright.
Watch it.
I'm really fond of the biotic power melee. Something about it just really hits my fancy.
Through this way.
But essentially through the first Mass Effect game, you come to find out about the Reapers finally, and you find one Reaper in particular, known as Sovereign, and you, by the end of the game, end up killing him. It takes almost everything they have, though, and leaves them with heavy losses.
Come here.
And it goes into the second game, where you begin with having to deal with a threat known as the Collectors, who are essentially being controlled by the Reapers, you come to find out later. But Shepard dies in the beginning of the second Mass Effect, sorry. And he is brought back to life by a corporation known as Cerberus, who are pro-human, essentially. They want nothing to do with aliens, really, and they're led by the Elusive Man, who doesn't particularly care who gets in his way as long as he gets what he's looking for. So for most of the second game, you're working with Cerberus, and that causes a lot more tension between your main character and Kaiden, or Kaidan, not Kaiden, or Ashley, depending on who was left alive, because they don't trust you nearly as much after that whole incident.
We need to go to the Citadel. Talk to the Council.
The Citadel? The fight's here.
It'll be everywhere soon enough. You said it yourself. The Reapers will destroy everything if we don't stop them. The Council has to help us. You sure about that? No, but you're a Council Spectre. That has to count for something. Gotcha!
Thanks. I owe you one.
More than one. Grab some ammo. Reload, let's keep moving.
Essentially through the second game, though, the Collectors, who you're fighting for most of it, pretty much, you end up going to their home in the end of the second game, and depending on how well you do, it determines if any of your characters die, or not characters, but your teammates die, and who's left alive and whatnot, depending on your decisions towards the end. I am pretty sure that in this particular playthrough that nobody died. I might be wrong, we'll most likely find out later, because if anybody did die, then it will make mention of them at some point in the game. But I believe this is the one where I took care of saving everybody, so we'll see about that later.
You two all right? Get down, they'll see you.
Keep your head down. Nice shot.
Alright, and that right there was a pretty good example of bot ignition, using pull and then throw to detonate. Although that one died from the pull, so...
What happened here?
Our gunship was shot down. We barely made it.
You have a radio? We're trying to contact our ship.
No. There's one in the gunship, but it's gonna be crawling with those things.
Stay here, son. We'll get you out of here. Come on. Let's get to that gunship.
Alright. And all the times that I've played this game, I've never actually noticed that you can actually use Concussor Shot with Anderson. I also guess that I've never noticed that Harvester fly overhead either.
What the hell are those things?
Alright. As you can see, I am really fond of the biotic detonations. They're really powerful. They cause a lot of damage, and with all the skills that I've already upgraded, my cooldowns, as you can see, are very low. You'll notice in the very center of the screen those two half circles that close in. That's your recharge time on your powers.
I found a radio.
Alright.
Normandy, this is Anderson. Do you read?
Admiral, what's your location?
By a downed gunship in the harbor. I'm activating its distress beacon. Send support. We've got wounded down here. Lieutenant! Damn it! I've lost the signal.
Let's hope that beacon does its job.
And fast. We've got company.
Alright, so now we're gonna have to hold these guys off for a little bit, which should be pretty easy with my max level character. Or almost max level character, I should say. Alright, we'll just drop the singularity over here. That ability in particular lifts enemies off the ground temporarily. It's really good for stalling enemies if you need them out of the way temporarily. Mostly just going to be using my simple abilities right here. I've got a lot of other abilities that are really good against enemies with armor and shields particularly, but for this particular scenario, these guys are pretty weak altogether, and I can mostly just use my throw power to kill them all. Just to show my other abilities just a little bit, I've got Warp here, which essentially creates a warp field on them that makes them take damage over time. It does a lot more damage to armor and I believe barriers also, I can't remember for sure. If you look in the top left and all my abilities slotted, you see my number 5, which is Shockwave, but the fact that it's orange means they are out of range. So I won't be showing that one right here at least. Right. Should be getting pretty close to finish with this. It doesn't last for too terribly long. Looks like this episode might run just a little bit longer than I was wanting it to, but it is the first episode, a lot of cutscenes and whatnot, so it's not quite as easy to stop where you want it. There's really nothing more satisfying than fleeing enemies off of ledges and stuff like that. Alright, I think that was not quite. Should almost be it. The Normandy should be showing up anytime. Normandy being your main character's flagship. I feel like this is taking a lot longer than I remember it taking. There we go.
About time.
Let's go.
Welcome back, Shepard.
Thanks.
Shepard!
Come on.
I'm not going. You saw those men back there. There's a million more like them, and they need a leader.
We're in this fight together, Anderson.
It's a fight we can't win. Not without help. We need every species, and all their ships, to even have a chance at defeating the Reapers. Talk to the Council. Convince them to help us.
What if they won't listen?
Then make them listen. Now go! That's an order.
I don't take orders from you anymore, remember?
Consider yourself reinstated, Commander. You know what you have to do.
I'll be back for you, and I'll bring every fleet I can. Good luck.
You too, Shepard.
What the hell's going on? Where's Anderson? Where are we going? Hey!
We're leaving.
Leaving?
What's going on?
Anderson wants us to go to the Citadel. Get help for the fight.
Bullshit, he wouldn't order us to leave.
We don't have a choice. Without help, this war's already over.
Forget it. Drop me off someplace.
Alright. What
Don't
you
you
just
think
saw
I'd rather
right
stay and
there
fight?
was a Paragon
We're going
slash
to the
Renegade
Citadel.
choice.
You
That
want
one
out, you can
particularly
catch a
was a
ride back
Paragon
from there.
one. If you click on those in the middle of a cutscene, then it will use your reputation points, which are either Paragon or Renegade essentially,
Patch it through.
and it will make a unique decision based on that pretty much. In general, it's going to go with the one that you are higher with. Some events in
Anderson's
particularly
already ordered me to
have
the Citadel
both
to talk to the council.
Paragon and Renegade options, and they just depend on which one you happen to decide to pick in the middle of it.
Yes, sir.
I've been researching the Prothean archives with Dr. Tassoni. We found a way to stop the Reapers. The only way to stop them. Contact soon. Hack it out.
Joker, set a course for the Mars archives.
Mars? Roger that.
This is local.
Why Mars? What does he think we'll find there?
I don't know yet. But if it helps us win this war... Grab your gear.
Again, I do apologize, this recording is running a little bit long. Most likely I'm going to be trying to keep videos down to around 20 minutes more or less.
Any
This
sign of Reaper
first
activity?
one, like I said, is just going to be running long because of all the cutscenes and whatnot.
appears to be online. It's possible the inhabitants were evacuated.
We'll know soon enough. Be ready, Joker. Just in case.
Roger that. Normandy out.
We're almost there.
Still no contact from the base, but we've got a massive storm headed our way. How long till it hits? Half hour tops. After that, we're gonna have difficulty keeping up comms with the Normandy. Understood.
Alright, so before we actually go into any of this, we're just going to go ahead and cut it off here. Let's get a place in. Well, looks like I might have to step out the save real quick. Oh, there we go. Alright. I'm just going to go ahead and save the game right there, and we'll cut it off right